Hey everyone, welcome back to Intercepted, hosted by me. This week I'm joined by my guy, my teammate, my locker mate, Jonathan Owens. Appreciate you coming on to the show.
Appreciate you having me, bro.
First and foremost, bro, we got to talk about the game. Game on Sunday. My guy, literally, your play was the biggest play in the game. I feel like once you made that scoop and score for the punt block, it changed the entire atmosphere. Talking about from the sideline to everybody, bro. Talk about what did you see, kind of how that played out.
So pretty much, man, we had a rush going. You down in the game. Special team coordinator like, man, we need to try to spark a play, man. My dude Hardy, crazy rush, man. Got there, great extension. He blocked it, so I'm actually rushing on the edge too. So I'm watching everything kind of unfold. And literally, I see the ball bouncing around, and this guy's around it, and it's like, it felt like forever. The ball just kind of sitting there, and like, I don't know, I kind of and went, man, scooped it up, clean scoop, man. Work on it in practice. So,
that's real.
Hey, we
exactly.
really do.
We do. Your reaction time was crazy, though.
Bro, like, it go from
watching on film, it was like, it was so quick.
And like,
it was lit.
It was a clean scoop, man, and it didn't feel like real life though, bro. Like,
that's real.
Like, it almost felt like it was too easy. Like,
yeah,
that's why I'm running. I'm like looking back, like, man, am I really like, and
the boys messed up your celebration too.
I tried to go hit my TikTok dance, man, guys. But they so excited, man.
That's a fact.
Can't be mad at them.
Nah,
bro.
you can't, bro.
Like I said,
I was on the sideline sitting down, like, because like sometimes when obviously you being safety, you just come on the field. Sometimes you either looking at the playbook, looking at the tablet.
Toxic.
And so, yeah, what I'm saying? All you hear is that double dunk, boom, and you pop up, you look, and I'm looking at the big screen. I see you scoring a touchbro. I ran straight off the bench.
Hey,
bro.
no,
I had to put my helmet on just
had
to make sure we get a flag. I put my helmet back on, but I was like, oh, it's lit. Like, bro, that game on Sunday, I have never been a part of a game where obviously offense had their struggles, and that's totally fine. Obviously, Caleb had his first game, but the way a defense and special teams played, man, like. It was
crazy, bro.
That was Bears football.
And it felt like after that, like we was gone. Like everybody knew we gonna win. We gonna win.
And there was no panic.
Yeah, we just slowly chipping away. Even in the locker room, guys all, it's encouraging. Like nobody was, because like I know, man, you can be in there pointing, man, we doing our job. You know what I mean? So that's really what you could tell the coaching.
And I think that's really what it is. The culture that we building here is incredible. Because like I said, I've been a part of locker rooms. I know how it go, man. It's easy to be able to start looking at the other side of the ball, pointing fingers.
Don't worry about what they're doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And even just being
on
the sideline, like, you kind of get anxious. Like, they need to make a play. But honestly, it was really never no stress about it. The only thing we just kept saying was, like, let's just focus on what we're doing. If they don't score no more points after halftime, we're going to find a way to win the game. And we did. So that was dope, man. Super excited about that. So, obviously, me and you both signed here this past offseason as free agents. I want to talk about this summer where, obviously, your beautiful wife, Simone, competed in the Olympics, and the Bears, I won't say allowed, but because I feel like, obviously, this is a once-in-a-lifetime type thing. You were able to go to Paris and go watch her compete. Kind of talk about how that process went from you obviously having a conversation with the Bears and they telling you that you can go, and just talk about that trip and how awesome that was.
So basically, man, right after I signed, I'm talking, you got to lock in first, you know what I mean? Meet everybody.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, you meet everybody, man. And I told my agent, and I was just kind of putting it in people's ears. So, you walk around with people in the building, and I'm like, the Olympics, Olympics in the summer, right in training camp, just kind of putting the bug in. And then my agent, he was talking to somebody upstairs and kind of just letting them know, having conversations with Pose, and they basically asked me what days did I want to miss, and I gave them, I said the 29 or the 3rd. I said these are the two finals that I want to be able to check out, like, and they ended up like both dates are fine, just so you don't feel like you have to be rushed to get back in. And he said that was like,
it would get green light,
man,
green
like
light.
That's love. Like,
No,
I remember you said this before I left. You like, man, the stars aligning, like,
that's
and that's
real.
really how I thought about it. Like I said, it's once in a lifetime, man. So, went to practice and camp for the first week, and then I got the 5 days off. So, man, it was incredible, man. Like going over there, you going on the international flight, so you seeing these bigger planes. I haven't been on one in a while, so like
laid back seats, all
that. Man, so it's just a whole experience, and I'm going to Paris, so obviously the people on the plane kind of recognized me a little bit. So that was just a cool experience. But everybody, you know, just being real supportive, man, showing love. And, man, you just get over there and just the culture is just so much different. Like, you just hear all these languages. Like, it's so, you walking down the street, it's so many different languages. Like, and the buildings, they look French. Like, it's crazy to say, but they have it's a certain look. Like,
the architecture.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
It was just like, just incredible. Just, you know, I'm from St. Louis, bro. So a lot of my family haven't even been out the country other than my wedding. And that was in Mexico. You know what I mean? So, man, I'm just, like I said, man, I'm walking around I'm just a tourist, man. I'm looking like,
taking
man,
it all in.
Yeah, like, and then we get to the competition and mind you, it's all these, you know, countries there. I had Brazil sitting in front of me, so they talking in their language, like, and it was a girl that's from Brazil that's like her #1 competitor. So they're like, it's tense. You know, I got the U.S. flag behind them. They like, Brazil, and I'm USA.
Yeah.
I'm right here. And then we had somebody from Italy right next to us, bro. And it's just, bro, you know, competition is universal. So everybody understands the stakes are high. Like, this is, you know.
Tense, the Olympics,
high,
bro.
Man, like, it was
top of the top.
Crazy. And they, like, most of the people there to see my wife. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be crazy moments like that to where I just sit back and like, man, like, look where God done put me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here and, you know, seeing everybody cheer for her. And obviously, like, when I'm walking in, so I was walking in with her agent. And so usually whenever we would go to her competitions, we would go like the loading dock. So we wouldn't have to go through like the general. Cause you know,
kind of go through the back door a little bit.
Man, we walking straight gym pop through so I'm like getting stressed out a little bit. I'm walking her agent. I'm like, you're going to have to kind of, you know, because when people start, you know, they're kind of double taking like.
Exactly.
So we just in the middle of the line, bro. And I'm just kind of, you could tell, you know, you could tell you do something, you know,
no,
I mean,
100%.
Just from your build. So, man, I'm just sitting there. Next thing you know, people start kind of coming up. I'm sorry, can we get a picture?
Yeah,
so I'll be feeling bad. So took the first picture. Next thing I know, it's about
floodgates.
A line of people, and her agent's like, come on, we got to keep moving. Like, I'm sorry, he got a key. So she's kind of being like the bad guy. And then eventually it's like, look, y'all can take a picture. I just got to do it while we walking. You know what I mean? So it was just like super cool because people don't even know English for real. And they're coming up to you just like, you know, but they recognize it. You know what I mean? So it's just like, man, crazy
awesome.
moment, man.
That's got to be cool, like you said, to be going to a foreign country and still be recognized for what you do here. I mean, I just think that first, like, I went to Paris. I've only been to Paris once. This was last year. Me and my wife went there for our anniversary. And what you would describe.
Did y'all have AC?
So it's funny. We did have AC, but I remember we went to Germany one time at a hotel, and there was no AC in the whole building. And I think it's because, like, the buildings are so old that they would literally have to knock the entire building down to put AC.
And they try to be, like, super, like, environmentally friendly. That was what their big deal was there. Like, man, we went to a restaurant, bro. It was so hot in there. And mind you, it was like a super humid day outside already. Like, you walking around.
It's hot out there in the summertime,
hot,
bro.
Man,
it's hot
in the
summertime,
I was surprised.
Because our anniversary is in July 8th.
Yeah, okay.
So that's when we went out there. So
Prime
it was hot,
time, bro.
It was hot, bro.
Man, we in the restaurant sweating. People just got they giving out little fans at the door, but like the people that work there, they used to it. And like they got fans going, but it's just circling hot air. We like, man, these ain't doing nothing.
It's not doing, like you say, you're really just spinning hot air. But like you said, when you talk about the architecture, because you said you went to the Louvre, right?
To the Louvre,
went to the Louvre. How was that experience?
So, actually, this is what's funny. So, me and, so they sent someone from the Bears was there. Her name is Jasmine. She works with the media team and everything. So, she was there kind of with me. We go, the day before I actually went in, we just pull up. We didn't know that you were supposed to have tickets. So, we're literally in line, bro. We in line waiting. The line was, bro, so long, bro. We probably in line like 30 minutes. We get to the front, and I'm like, hey, what you think they asking them for? Like, people showing, people showing something on their phone. What's going on? So she's like, I don't know. We're going to see. We get up there. They're like, oh, what time is your appointment? I say, oh, shoot.
Oh, Lord.
So I end up going on my phone trying to get an appointment. It's no more for the day. So crazy. End up going to dinner. And at dinner, I mentioned it like, man, I wanted to go to the Louvre. A freaking tour guide guy. He's like, oh, man, I'm tired. I got you. Like, just let me know what time you want to go. So we end up going the next day. Man,
tour guide's the way to go.
And
tour
he
guide's
knew
the way to go.
Every painting, picture, he knew exactly which way through there. Like, you know what I mean? So it was like the perfect way to do it because, man, I would have just been walking through there like, oh man, look at that painting. Like, yeah. So that was crazy experience. Like just thinking about, man, these, you know, they don't have the resources that we do now. And man, these huge paintings, and it's like they're still like, you see the quality,
bro.
The guy was telling me like, man, you could see like the texture in the, you know what I mean? Like just looking at the picture, it almost looked like you could tell it's fur. You know what I mean? And,
exactly.
Man, that was just crazy to see, man. And then they're saying like one of the kings used to stay there, so I'm walking around like
seeing all the rooms and like just the fabrics that they were using back then.
800,000 square feet. I think that's what they said. That was his house.
Ridiculous.
800,000 square feet.
You're gonna do 800,000 square.
What, bro? You can't even, you're not even going to
You're not using all that.
I'm just walking up and down the steps like, man, I'm in the castle right now.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. Do you think the Mona Lisa is overrated?
Bro, this is what's really crazy. You get there, it's this long line.
Crazy
so many
long
people are crowded around it. We went at 10 a.m., so we went early and it was still kind of packed. So as we're leaving, you go there and it's like, pictures this big.
It's super small, bro.
And I'm like, this is what, you know, because they said they had got stolen for a while. And then it ends up. I'm like, bro, this is for this. Like, in my mind, I'm like, what makes this picture so, but just the artist, man. And then when you walk around, like, it literally, like, they say her eyes follow you.
It does.
And that bro, that messed me up. I'm like on the other side of the room.
You're
like,
just trying to peek if it's true.
Yeah, I'm like, man, that mother do look like it's looking at me right now.
The crazy thing, so we had a cheat code, right? So without a cheat code, my wife was pregnant at the time, right? And so obviously we was walking around the Louvre a lot. They told us like we can get her a wheelchair, so she wanted to get in the wheelchair to roll around. So if you're handicapped, you can literally, because you know it's like a bar.
Yeah, it's a little area.
If you're handicapped, you literally get to walk right in front. So you literally
that's
got to walk
why
right.
Okay, that makes sense.
So my wife was in a wheelchair. I was literally like, if the Mona Lisa was right where the camera is, like we're right here just looking at it. It was crazy. But I think it's overrated. And the only reason why I say it's overrated is because I seen so much great art in the entire Louvre. Like that didn't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? And it's small. You know what I'm saying?
It's small. Even so do you remember the picture that's right behind it? The big
huge one, yeah.
Bro, I'm looking at this like,
and they said
this
like
the one.
They said like 7, I think it was like 7 or 8 artists was working on that one painting.
And how did they all get in sync? This is how my mind, I'm like, you know, they try to tell us back then, you know, they didn't have all these resources, like we're so much smarter. I'm like, man, I don't think
it seems like we're going backwards, bro.
I don't think people painting like this now. You know what I mean?
I haven't seen it.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
If anything, like now you just see like, you know, paintbrush little strokes or whatever, and then they call it art and it sells for a whole bunch of money. But I look at the paintings back then and some of it don't even look real because it's like, it wasn't no like flash photography back then. So it's like, what were they looking at to be able to make these, you know what I'm saying, these paintings, bro?
And the guy just like, man, he just was amazing. Who was it, Da Vinci?
Yeah, Da Vinci.
Yeah,
and he was just like one of the few that were like really big back then.
And like, I even seen one, bro, it was unfinished, but they put it in there just so you could see the process of, you know what I mean? I'll show you whenever we off, but the process of it's like all these different random colors in there, but like, you know, once you get to going and you blend them, it just makes into this crazy painting, you know what I mean? But it was like half painted and I think he might have messed up one stroke and then he stopped, but they put it in there just so you could see like the process. And I'm looking at the walls, like, bro, bro, it's just the detail, like, it was crazy to me. And I'm like, bro, they want us to think that we are just so much far advanced, you know what I mean, than they were. But like, man, the art just speaks for itself.
Yeah,
I was like, my mouth was just wide open the whole time.
Yeah, that had to be like one of the golden ages of art. Like, if any of the viewers watching this, if you have a chance to go to Paris, the Louvre is a must
get an appointment though. You have to
definitely get an appointment. If you can get a tour, if you can swing a tour guide, get a tour guide because they can give you the in-depth background
of everything.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously, you went to the Louvre, and obviously watching your wife compete. What was your favorite part of being aboard? What was your favorite part of being in Paris other than those things? Like, obviously, just do any shopping, go to any great restaurants? Like, what was some other things that
I did do a little bit of shopping. I went to the Louis Vuitton, like, the museum. So it's like literally you can walk through and it's all these old, just classic pieces.
Old trunks and stuff like that.
Yeah, because I ain't think about it. Louis Vuitton, Paris. Like, Paris at the end of it.
Exactly.
Like, this is where.
I didn't really think about it. I haven't thought about it like that either.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, it's really like, you know, historic. And for me, honestly, I just love like walking around, man, just being in the environment. Like, I was just walking. I got on a little scooter one time.
Yeah, that's how you're supposed to experience it,
you know what I mean?
Bro.
And it's the Olympics, so it's like so many people walking around. and you just, and they really, everybody harmless, man. People are cool. Like, I'm from St. Louis, man, so I'll be nervous. I'm going down little streets. I don't know.
You just never know.
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
It's a hood everywhere, bro. I tell you that.
That's what I'm
everywhere.
saying. So, but honestly, man, just being like in the culture, man, and obviously just seeing her get those 3 gold medals, man, that was like incredible, man. I was, tears of joy up there for me and her family. Just because how many people can say that they got to him. And then afterwards, me and all her family, like, we all took pictures with the medal and just even holding it. And, bro, I'm like, bro, this is
it heavy?
Bro, it's heavy, bro.
Really?
It's heavier than you would think, bro. It's heavy. And it's like they made a piece of it is from the Eiffel Tower. So they all have a piece of the Eiffel Tower, on the Paris gold medals. Or Paris medals, not just the gold one, but
that's what's up.
Just looking at it, man, you like, dang, like you really did, you know what I mean? And
certified legend. Shout out Simone Biles, she's a legend. Yeah, so like obviously, I want to talk about the Hard Knocks. You know what I mean? Because obviously, I think Hard Knocks. Did they document some of the Paris stuff as well?
They used footage from it, basically. So basically, they got me going, packing the dogs up, packing my bags up at home.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
They were there with me for that. So that was just, it was kind of cool, man.
Nah, for sure. And you was one of the stars on Hard Knocks, man. Like, how was that experience? Obviously, personally, I wasn't really like thrilled about the thought of Hard Knocks versus training camp. But once they got here, I mean, everything was pretty seamless. Other than the little occasional, you having a conversation, you see a mic over top of your head or something like that. When we first reported the training camp and we was all kind of standing around, it was just like Mike. Yes, that was weird, bro. It took a little bit to get used to. That was weird. But nah, man, obviously Hard Knocks showed you a lot of love, and obviously with the Olympics and everything. So how do you think that experience was and how cool Hard Knocks was?
Man, being somebody that just growing up, man, you watch football, you watch Hard Knocks. Like I remember all these just, players that my idols at the time, and they're on this, and man, fast forward, and then I'm like highlighted on it. You know what I mean? Like it's a real moment, man. Like I'm just calling my friends, telling them like, bro, you believe this? Like I remember we in college, like, oh, the new Hard Knocks come out, man. We gotta, we in camp trying to. So man, it was crazy, man. And then they, they came over to the house, man, and you try to. It's kind of weird at first, is because they have their little setup cool and everything, and but you just try to be just as genuine, as you can, man, and because you're really giving people insight on your life, and it really allows you to control the narrative because, like you said, man, when you're in this, the life that we are, everybody wants like the inside scoop on exactly what you're doing, what's going on, conversations, you know what I mean? So it was just cool, man, just to be a part of that, man. I was honored that, they even wanted to feature me as much. They even, got me getting my hair done at the house, man.
Exactly.
My dogs got a bunch of love, bro. So, man, they're freaking hilarious.
You got 3 dogs, right?
3 dogs, yeah.
What kind of dogs you got?
I got 2 Frenchies and 1 English bulldog.
2 Frenchies, 1 English.
I'm a big dog guy, man.
Big dog guy.
Then my kids, I ain't got kids yet.
Yeah, I'm about to say, man, I had 2 Frenchies back in, I'm about to say back in the day, but I think it was my first 3 or 4 years in the league. I had some Frenchies as well.
Where they at?
Man, I gave them away to a family, man. Like once I started having kids, man, me and my wife, we had 2 under 2, and I had 2 Frenchies. And listen, it was like take care of 4 kids, and so we had to give them away to a good family. We actually still get pictures from the family about the dogs and everything, so they're in a good spot. But yeah, man, I'm probably gonna have to wait until my kids probably about 7, 8.
I feel that. For you,
they
bring
can actually
another,
start,
yeah.
So they can actually start, taking on some responsibility.
Like, man, I ain't gonna be doing all this.
But
all
you know
day.
how it is, man. Even when you try to come to
know.
work in the morning, you got to get up, make sure you get the dogs, get them to the restroom, get them fed. It's a whole new responsibility, bro. It's definitely a whole process, man.
You got your son running around trying to get him together.
Hey, man, we had our hands full, so I was like, I hate to say it, man, but there was a little bit of dead weight, so I kind of had to shuffle a little bit. Man.
I feel you, man. You gotta know though.
Yeah, we'll get some more for sure.
I just like them because they just give energy to the house, man.
I love dogs. I love dogs. So I want to talk about your journey to the NFL, right? You're going on your 7th year. Well, you're in your 7th year in the league now, and everybody has a different story, different journey. Your journey, obviously, you're from St. Louis. You end up going D2, Missouri West. I kind of want to talk about like your recruiting process, how that worked, and making it to the league, man. Undrafted, man. That's they say the average career is 3 years, And I don't think people.
It says 2 now, bro. It went down.
Really 2. Maybe it's like 2.5 or 2 or something like that, which is crazy. But I want you to just kind of talk about that journey and like how was that, and like I said, coming from D2, the trials and tribulations that you faced to get to where you're at.
Honestly, bro. So basically, coming out of high school, like I was still athletic. I could jump. That was my thing. I always been able to jump, but I didn't really put everything together yet. So I was kind of out of position. I played outside linebacker and receiver in high school, but you can see my finger. I messed my finger up when I was a receiver. Yeah, gotta have a football finger. Messed my finger up playing receiver, man. So they put me on defense, figured out I could tackle, and they was like, okay, we could do something with him. So they were pretty much telling me like, yeah, you're gonna be like, all the Division II schools are coming to talk to me. So in my mind, man, like I just wanted a scholarship somewhere. I knew my mom wasn't gonna be able to afford for me to, go to college and everything. So I had to, make a way. And the school came, man, and I took a visit there. It's actually crazy. My sister went to the same school.
Really?
Yeah.
Before you, she was older than you?
Before me, yeah.
Okay,
but she didn't finish there. So my mom really was like, I don't think you need to go there. I think that's too much of a party school.
Yeah.
And this is D2 we talking about.
How far is this from your hometown?
4.5 hours.
4.5 hours,
So we're about 45 minutes outside of Kansas City. So that's like our big city for my school. So yeah, man, ended up committing to my school, man, and it's actually crazy. I tore my ACL, I think, football season my senior year of high school. So I finished the season off.
Hold on, you tore your ACL and you played through it?
Played through it, didn't know it was torn. I remember my knee popping. I vividly remember that happening. Just, a couple days.
You played every game?
Every game, bro.
Hold on, we got to revisit that. Hold on.
Crazy, bro.
So you saying you tore your ACL, and like, what did you say you heard it pop?
I heard it pop, yeah.
You say you just sore for a couple of days?
Sore for a couple of days, but it was just ACL, so it was a clean, just ACL. I think I partially tore it then.
Okay.
And it just like...
That's still crazy.
Crazy, bro. Crazy. And so finished the whole season.
Balled out on the torn ACL.
Had my college visits and everything.
Hey, it's all in the mind, bro.
It is.
You can do anything you want. You can do anything you want. That's crazy.
And I started running. This is how I found out. I was running track.
Okay.
I did long jump. I jump off my leg.
I figured that if I say you was a jumper.
I jump off my left leg. So the first meet of the year, this is like sometime in March, jumped off the leg, boom, longest jump of the day. End up winning the meet. My knee swelled up a little bit after, so I'm like, Mom, let me just, because I already remembered I did something. So I'm like, man, let's just go get a check, see what, go to the doctor, MRI, everything. He's like, yeah, you have a completely torn ACL. And I'm like, at this point, I'm already, committed to my school. So I'm like, shoot, I got to tell my coach, like, you know what I mean? So my track coach, he was devastated because he's like, man, we going to state. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? So he's like, man, you lying. Like, so tell my coach, man, they like, well, we're planning a red shirt you anyway. So, and I ended up just rehabbing for that whole.
So, but did you get the surgery?
Yeah, got the surgery. Got the surgery in April, just rehab that whole time. Get to school, I finished rehabbing, and so I ended up coming back, and I was able to play the next spring ball. So spring ball was still my freshman year, but spring ball, boom, and then I moved me to safety by this time.
So I want to stop. Did you have any stars coming out of high school?
No stars. I was just
all right, crazy.
Yeah, I was just man trying to look dollar in a dream.
I mean,
man.
I was a 2-star, bro. So I know what it is to be underrated, and you know what I mean, like. But I didn't mean to cut you off.
Nah, you good, bro.
Just kind of want to add that in there, a little context. You know what I mean?
So yeah, man. I'm in school, just getting better every year, man. I had some good seniors ahead of me. Ended up starting my sophomore year, and I started the next 3. And just my last year, man. Actually, former teammate of yours, Mike Jordan, my guy. He was a senior when I was a sophomore, so that was like big bro to me. Like I'm trying to, in my mind, I gotta impress him because he All-American. You know what I mean? So the scouts were watching him, end up seeing me make a play, and like, oh, he's just a sophomore. Okay, we'll pay attention to him. So by the time my senior year, man, I grew into my body a little bit. I built up more muscle, you know what I mean? And at that point, I could feel that I was moving different than just a lot of other people that we would play against, you know what I mean? And so end up having the best, year of my career, my senior year of college, man. And I actually I had an agent. Boom, I go off the train to Dallas. So that was like pretty crazy. D2 guy. And,
exactly.
I'm the one I get to go off and train, you know what I mean? They paying for it. So it was like a super dope experience. I'll never forget that.
Where'd you train in Dallas?
It's called APEC in Fort Worth.
APEC, yeah, I know you're talking about.
Yep. My guy Bobby Stroop.
Yeah. I know exactly where you at.
So
exactly
end up having I had my pro day on 5'10". I ended up weighing out 5'10", weighed 210, jumped 43 and a half inch vertically. Ran a 4.3, and it was like, man,
it was over with.
It was over with right then. Yeah, they was like, man, we could do something with it.
We got to get him in there. We got to get him in.
So then from there, I went priority undrafted free agent to Arizona.
Okay. So let me ask you, did you do your pro day at Missouri West or did you go?
Yeah, we actually have an indoor. We were one of the few D2 schools that have indoor because the Chiefs, they do training camp up there.
Got you.
So they built a bunch of facilities for them because they got to have top of the line. So in turn, whenever it's not training camp, it's ours. But like they would kick us out the locker room as soon as it's camp. So
because I know a lot of times, like you go to a D2 school or smaller school, sometimes you end up going to like the closest big college,
right,
to kind of get around more. Because
a lot of people will go to Mizzou. That was like you go to Mizzou's pro day, but we actually had our own. So a bunch of other D2 schools and like small school guys would come to ours.
Yeah.
It's really like my pro day. That's how I was feeling.
That's exactly how it is. You know what I'm saying? If you was able to do it at your own school, that's how you know you had enough buzz. It's like, no, we're gonna do it here.
And like it felt good because the scouts are really like kind of following me where I'm going. You know what I mean? And so it was just kind of like a a morale boost, man. I'm feeling confident, and then I ran a 40. After I did that, it was like, okay, like I know I'm gonna be good. Like I was hoping I would get drafted, but you just want an opportunity at the end of the day. Like I said, I go priority undrafted to Arizona, and this is 2018 at the time. And it's crazy, man. I'm on top of the world. Like I said, just came from a D2. Can't tell me nothing, man. I'm in practice, man. I'm making a couple plays. Like this is when Larry Fitzgerald was still there.
Still rocking.
Yeah, Larry Legend, man. So it's one play in practice I'll never forget. Man, he must have. It's 2x2, man. I'm in a slot. He tried to get me with a little. It's like a skinny post, man. But I just stayed inside, kept my leverage, cut him off, and like. I'm like, man, I'm sending it to my friends. Like, man, I just locked up
Larry.
I just locked up Larry, like, crazy.
Hall of Famer.
Next practice, man, I'm on punt, running down. And I'm trying to, like, come to balance. My other knee just pop. Like, so I'm running full speed, boom, I'm rolling around. Feel my knee, man. It's just like a gut-wrenching feeling. Like, and I heard the pop, like. ACL. So I'm on the ground just, tearing, I don't know how this works. I don't know anything about injured reserve at the time. So, man, I remember I'm in the training room crying, like, because I'm thinking it's it. Like, I done got all the way here, tore my ACL. And the guy from, he's a vice president of player personnel. He comes down and tells me, like, man, we seen some stuff in you, man. We like what we saw. Like, we're going to keep you here. You're going to rehab here. And we're going to take care of you for the season. And I still didn't know what that meant. So I'm like, okay, well, at least I know I'm gonna stay here because I'm thinking I gotta go back home or, end up doing my rehab and everything, man. And it was crazy, man. Just, this is my first time I'm out of football, like, and like you're on the team, but like, man, I would go home at 10 a.m. You know what I mean? Rehab.
You don't really feel like you are contributing. You're a part of everything.
It's weird, like. And it's my rookie year too, man. So I still haven't got that confidence. Like I didn't even get to put pads on.
Oh wow, this is before all
bro.
That.
It happened June 5th, 2018.
So this
bro.
was like almost right before mandatory minicamp.
This is last week OTAs.
Wow,
last week OTAs, bro. So like I'm still like I'm getting my confidence, but I'm not playing. I'm just sitting here watching. I'm like, man, this Aaron Donald. I'm still in that phase. You know what I mean? Like, man, I play with him on Madden, man. You know what I mean? Like, so that was like a hard year for me to like stay locked in football.
Right.
Just because, like I said, man, I would go home at 10 a.m. and I was just like, I feel like a regular person in Arizona at the time.
Yeah, let's dive into that because I think that's, they just be a poor conversation because I think that's something that's not really talked about as much. Like, you probably been playing football since you was.
Yeah, so I started at 11.
So you started at 11. But like you said, you are, at this point, you're probably, 23, 24. You've been playing this sport almost over 20 years, almost like, 10 plus years. I started playing football at a young age too. And, like I said, you're on top of the world. Like, you just climbed this incredible mountain that most people don't even get a chance to. And you finally get there, you got your opportunity, and boom. At this time, you don't know, but you thinking like, maybe this is all taken away from me. And now you're just out of football. Really just trying to figure out who you are as a person, because like we're so scheduled, regimented, routine based. How was that journey, not only the physical rehab, but the mental. Like, how did you handle that? Like, was there any struggles? Like, kind of talk about that, like, just that entire
Honestly,
year
bro,
of being out of ball.
It was tough, man, and I'm out there in Arizona by myself. I think I'm
way away from your family in St. Louis.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, when it started, like, when I first got surgery, everybody's in camp still. So I had no friends for real, you know. So how Arizona works is I was down in Tempe near the training facility, but they do training camp in Glendale, 45 away. So I didn't have none of my teammates for real, man. So I was really like by myself, just rehabbing, you know. And I like, you know, I just, you know, you try to be tough, man. You a man. Like, I don't really want to tell people how. But man, it was a struggle, man. Like, just because I've had this purpose for so long, you know what I mean? And you're a football player, you know, and now this is the first fall I haven't been playing football in I can't tell you how long.
Since you started playing with
So I'm, like I said, man, I'm trying to figure, like, in my mind, I'm like a regular in Arizona. Like, yeah, you're getting paid, but I still kind of felt empty, man. And I didn't understand it at the time because I tried to just put it off, like, you know, you just suppress it, like, man, I'm good. But, man, it was hard, man. And like I said, I was struggling with my confidence because I'm watching these guys and I'm like, man, these guys, this is, I'm you know, you still thinking like, can I go out there and do that, man? Like, is my knee gonna be bad? Like, and then this was crazy. So I'm rehabbing for 6 months, re-tear my meniscus in the same knee while rehabbing. This is in January.
So 2 injuries within the same.
2.
Wow.
So I'm literally doing like single leg. It's like twists with a med ball, bro. And all I feel is, and I'm like, oh, that didn't feel right. So I go. This happened on a Friday. Monday come around. And he blew up, bro. Blew up. So now we on a time crunch because OTAs and phase 1 starts.
Yeah, right.
I think we got a new coach that year. That was Cliff Kingsbury's first year.
Okay, yeah.
So we are the first week of April. You know, we start early, 2 weeks early.
You're in this phase where you trying to make a new impression on a new coaching staff. Boom, pop up meniscus.
And so I end up, man, working my butt off, bro, rehabbing my knee, man. I get to the point where I could play, but I have to be warm. Like, I couldn't just go out there and do drills and I ain't warm up, hit the bike, like, because my knee still wasn't, you know what I mean? But once you get warm, you know, you're good. But those guys, man, they ended up drafting 2 safeties that year.
So what year was this? This was
2018.
2018.
It was 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah, they ended up drafting 2 safeties this year. One of them still there, balling out, my little JT.
Yeah, JT.
He's balling out. So, man, it's like, man, another hurdle. You know what I mean? And I'm the undrafted guy, so I got the least invested, you know what I mean? But I'm still kind of working myself back. I'm figuring out myself again, man. You get, camp, boom, now we in the preseason, making a couple plays, and I'm in my mind, like, I'm etching this role on special teams. This is what I'm like. I already know how it's going. My dude Buddha was there, you know, he's number 1. Then we had DJ Swearinger too. He was with us.
Yeah, so DJ was there.
He was there. That were the 2 starters, and then the 2 guys they brought in were basically where they wanted to develop, you know what I mean? So I'm like, man, okay, special teams. So, man, I'm working hard, man. Kickoff, punt, you know, boom, boom, boom. Then we end up getting a cut day. It's crazy. I didn't think I in my mind, I was like, man, I got at least P squad. You know
exactly.
I mean?
You think you're going to be in the building, though, for sure.
You know what I mean? Man, I'm in a massage, bro. I never forget this, bro. I'm just after the last preseason game, man, I played pretty well. In my massage, I'm probably about 10 minutes into the massage, I get a call from an Arizona number. I'm like, hey, that's weird. I'm like, nah, this is weird. Hey,
that cut down day
bro,
is stressful. Bro.
So I'm like, maybe it's whatever. Get a text right after. Hey, Jonathan, it's such and such from the Cardinals, man. You just come in, bring your iPad. And I'm like, hey, I'm in a massage, bro. I just started. So I'll probably try to sit there for another 5 minutes. Like, I'm like, man, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not. Like,
so this wasn't a massage facility. You was at, like,
I was about 25 minutes away,
man.
Bro. Like, this was crazy. I was so confident that I was at least gonna be on the team. Like I said, man, I'm doing my thing on special teams. I'm like, man, I done got a new apartment. I just got a new apartment, new lease, maybe a week before that. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm like, you know, I'm kind of getting settled in Arizona. And I'm having dreams, bro. I'm like, man, I feel like this is where I'm supposed to be. Like, I'm having dreams. I'm gonna make a play in this end zone. Like, you know, just visualizing stuff, you know?
Sure.
Boom, get the call. So I'm like, oh, shoot. So I go up there, man, and, you know, you talking to the coaches and everything. And in my mind, I'm still taking it personal, you know, because it's my first time really I'm getting told that I'm not good enough.
Yeah, first taste of the business.
Bro, so I'm like, man, like I had plans for stuff, you know what I mean? And I'm, you know, people want to come see you. And after that time, I'm still kind of like, man, I made some plays though. You know, agent telling me, you're going to get picked up something. If something don't happen, you know, we're going to be here. Crickets for, I think, 2 weeks. And then the coach brought me in for a tryout. So I'm in the tryout, man.
So by this time, this is the season started.
Yeah, season started. So I'm watching, you know, these are my boys. So I'm watching the game still. I'm out here by myself. So
right, still at AZ.
I'm still keeping, you know, so I get to try out with the coach. I'm like, all right, I'm finna go kill this and we're gonna be good. I pack my bag like I send my dog to the dog daycare. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna get you, bro. When I get you, like, I got you. I go there, man. I think I killed a workout, man. The dude tells me, he say, yeah, man, we just didn't see that explosion that we seen on film. And I'm like, that's all I had the highest vertical. Like, this is what I know, explode. I'm like, if you want to see how fast I am, you should have me run a 40, but still not understanding, bro.
It was you and a couple other safeties that
it
worked
a couple
out?
Other safeties.
Okay, I got you.
Mm-hmm. So, man, I end up doing all the medical stuff too. So, you know, they tell you do some medical, it's a good chance they're going to sign you. Man, I think I got done at about 10:30 after, you know, workouts early, medical, boom. So they put my flight at 7 p.m. They said they always do that just in case you got to stay. Dude tell me that, boom. You know what they do? They drop me off at the airport at 11:45.
So don't tell me you was at the airport all day.
In Indy, sick to my stomach.
Damn.
And I'm in this, I'm putting it on my story. You know, I'm posted it like Indy, like just getting off the plane. Like, yeah, so my boys like, yeah, you about to, hey,
don't kill it, you gonna kill it.
You about to, man, so I'm sick, bro. Like, I done been telling people, you know what I mean? Told my family, like, so, man, I'm just in the airport, bro, all day. Like, and that was that moment for me, bro. I'm just like holding back tears, bro. But it's like, man, I'm like, this next workout, like, I'm done with this. Like,
you need a breakthrough. You know what I mean?
I'm done with this cut life, man. And I remember, bro, just, you know, you outside, you there, you gotta go work out by yourself now. Like, you know, I'm just kind of walking around. I remember being in my apartment complex and somebody's like, so what do you do? I'm like, damn, what do I say? Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm not on the team right now. So, like, that was one of them moments for me, bro, where you have this identity for so long. Yeah, I play in the league. I do this. Mug asked me, what did I do? And I'm cut. And I say, oh, well,
and then couldn't even find the words to tell
bro. I didn't even want to go back out the house no more after that, bro. It's just kind of like, it messed you up, man. And then I remember, like, I called Mike, bro. I'm like, bro, like, I'm struggling today, bro. Like, I can't even find I couldn't find it to go out there and
the motivation wasn't
work
there,
out, bro.
yeah.
Like I'm on this field, bro. It's a little beat up, you know, park field. I got my speaker, water bottle, bro, and I'm just sitting on the little bench, bro. Like, I can't. I'm like, man, like, you know, I'm by myself, bro. It's just me and my bulldog, bro. That's it, bro. I was by myself, bro, and it was just trying to fight those, you know, those thoughts of, man, you don't got to do it today, you know what I mean? And another thing that's crazy, the park that I would train at is literally right across the street from where Arizona practice facility is.
Wow.
So I'm seeing all my boys pull out, you know, getting done with the day, pulling out, and I'm at this park, you know, on the field, doing
my
DB drills, running half gashers, like, all right, boom. So probably a month went by, bro, I was cut. And for about 2 of those, I was like getting to that depressed state, bro, because you just, you know, I'm sorry, at this point, I'm like, man, if something don't shake, bro, I gotta, you know, am I just gonna stay out here in Arizona? Like, I don't have nobody out here. Like, I'm just, you know what I mean? So then it was a Tuesday, I never forget it, my agent called me. He said, hey, man, the Texans, man, they, you know, they really, you know, they want to bring you in for a workout on Friday. So I'm like, so just make sure you're doing what you're doing, you know, run a little bit, boom, boom. So one of the trainers from the Cardinals, he called me. He like, hey, Houston just called about you. Like, make sure you're on point, bro. Like, hey, this the one. Like,
exactly.
And so me and him ended up going to get lunch, and he was just kind of talking to me, just motivating me, you know what I mean? And I really needed that. And
yeah,
that
I
was
was about
like,
to say, I'm sure you
I
needed that right
It was
there.
like a morale booster. Like, man, they
100%.
looking for you. They want to sign you. So go there and make sure you're doing what you. Man, I go there. It's 6 safeties. Yeah,
that's
6 safeties in the tryout,
workout.
bro. Tryout, and they killing us. And I'm, bro. See, to the day, I still sprint the ball back, bro.
I was gonna wait till you finish your story, but the way you practice, bro, still to this day. And I had a joke with you in practice one day. Like, I said, JO, you ain't undrafted no more, bro. You secure. Your spot's secure, bro. Like the way you practice, bro, just like every single day, you can tell you got that chip still on your shoulder from. But like I said, that's an incredible story. And like I said, you're gonna finish, but it's an incredible story because I think one of the main things you did learn is that, or that you did do, was that you just kept going. You know what I'm saying? Like the motivation wasn't there at times. You know what I mean? Like you're looking for a breakthrough, depressed, all that stuff. But one thing you didn't stop. You know what I'm saying? I think that's probably, you know, just where you at now, bro. It's incredible because, like you said, I mean, and that's for a lot of people can relate to that. You know what I'm saying? Because we all know what's going on in the world
perfect,
right now.
bro.
It ain't never gonna be perfect, bro. Like the road to success is not like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's like that, eventually it's gotta come down one way or another. But like that's just kind of how life is. So just to hear that and just hear your story about just pretty much like, you know, the different emotions you was going through about that is powerful. Because like you said, man, this you kept going, bro. And like you said, you 7 years in, bro.
Crazy, man.
It's
Crazy to think about, man. I never forget them times, man, because after when Houston, you know, they ended up keeping me and another safety, Mike Adams. So he was year 16.
Yeah, I know Mike Adams. Yeah,
Year 16 at the time.
Colts.
Yeah, he was.
He went to the Pro Bowl at like year 13,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, picks. And so
Crazy.
This is like, you know, this is like a great vet to have. So he's talking to me like after the tryout and everything. He's like, man, you look good, bro. Like, well, how many? And it's just like, you know, I don't know exactly who he was, you know what I mean? But this is like, you know, more confidence booster. Like this man telling me, like, man, you look good, bro. Like I think they really like you, you know what I mean? And end up me and him the only ones they kept, you know, and signed the P squad, man. I cried, bro. I remember he came in there and because I packed my bag, I packed my game, everything. Like this is like this the one, man. Like I dropped my dog off again. I said, hey, bro, I'm gonna be back. And he was there for about 3 weeks before I was able to get somebody.
Man.
Yeah, if I was able to get somebody.
That's the power of manifestation too, though.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Like you telling yourself, and like not only you just telling yourself that, but you moving in that direction. Is like, no, I'm gonna get this job. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously the first one didn't work out, but like you said, you kept going. It's like that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. And what week was this in the league at that?
This was September 29th, 2019.
September 20th.
So it was like right after the third game.
And you end up being in Houston for how many more years?
So I ended up 4 years.
4 years.
Last year I started all 17 games, and it's like crazy, man. From where I was at on the roster at that time, just kept chipping away, bro. They cut me again. Then 2021, they cut me again, but I ended up playing the last 6 games. My second to last game, I pick off Justin Herbert. And this is my mom's first NFL game she ever get to come to watch me.
Ain't that something?
I'm mic'd up, bro. She's sitting next to my wife. So it was my girlfriend at the time, but she's sitting next to Simone, bro. I'm mic'd up. I'm nervous as hell. Josh Palmer run out. Corner post, man. I'm in cover 2.
Yeah.
Undercut it. Boom. And then like,
got it.
I'm like, bro, did I just catch a pig? Like, and then my mom in the stands. It's crazy. Like, you can't make it up. You know
How was that
mean?
moment at the end of the game?
Man, honestly, me and my mom sitting in the house, we just sitting down watching SportsCenter, and like, you see the pig, then they pan to Simone in the stands, and you see my mom right there. They better stop playing with my son. So my mom is on TV, bro.
Yeah.
All my family called it. Like, it was just one of them moments like, man, I belong. Like, man, I started on, like, you know, I've been cut 5 times. That's what I tell. Like, I always gravitate to the undrafted rookies just because that was me. Like, you know, and I've been cut 5 times, man. You just got to keep
going.
You know what I mean? Because you know you got a purpose. You just get so caught up in we want it when we want it. You know what I mean? When really it's on God's time, and you just got to be patient. But like when it's that time and it's your moment, you got to seize it and never look back. And it's like after that pick, next year I started all 17 games, and it was like that was, you know, all out. Man, that's my dream. You know what I mean? Like to be able to, I'm on the field again, man. I'm watching practice film, and like I'm the ones getting reps. I ain't just on look team no more. Like, you know what I mean, bro? And that was just, it was crazy, man. And I actually was like 7 months after I got to Houston is when I met my wife. So it just be stuff like that, man. It just let you know you right where you supposed to be. You know what I mean?
That's a powerful story of really preservation. You know what I'm saying? Preservation, self-determination. Like you said, to come from where you know, St. Louis to no stars, D2, undrafted, and to be able to play as many years as you played, and obviously you got plenty more years to play left in your career. But that's incredible. Like you said, I mean, you live in you should think about making a movie.
Yeah, nah.
No lie. Like, I'm just,
for real,
you feel
bro.
me? It's a little plug right there.
Yeah,
You feel me? Like,
for real, bro.
you can sell a script on that one right there. Like, or if you gonna do a movie, write a book, bro.
Nah, so I journal a lot, bro. Just, cause like I said, our lives be movies, man. You know what I mean? So it's just to, try to remember those little small details, cause sometimes you moving around doing so much, sometimes the details can, fade from you a little bit. But I was talking to a sports psych guy last year. And that was just something he told me, like, you really need to make sure you're journaling, man. Just after the game yesterday, man, like, what? First touchdown of like, what, man? Just
first TD
and
of
we
the
talking
season.
about it on the sideline.
Absolutely.
Hey, defense, special teams.
You gonna make a play.
We gonna make it
happen.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
I just remember looking at y'all boys after I did that, like, I could feel y'all energy off of that because it still hadn't hit me yet. It still hadn't, like,
it's hurt, bro.
That's what I'm saying. And after that, boom, another strip sack. Boom.
Bro, it was an avalanche, bro.
You know what I mean? And like, they could feel it on their sideline.
100%.
It was just like, the crowd back into it. So, man, it's just, can't make it up, man. Like, that's all I think. I'm, right where we supposed to be, man. And, you know what I mean? Blessed to be here with my dogs, man.
Absolutely. So before we get out of here, man, that story was excellent. Before we get out of here, I want to touch on, I want to talk about your foundation. Obviously, I think you just started your foundation maybe over a year ago. You've done a lot of great things in your community in St. Louis. Kind of talk about some of the things, the initiatives that your foundation kind of does.
So really the big thing, man, we try to help underprivileged kids. So that was me when I was younger, you know what I mean? So I always put on a free football camp whenever I'm in the summer, that break we get. Just to be there, man, touch the kids, man. And I do it at my high school. So it was a private all-boys school, but and I do it there, man, just because when I was younger, I didn't get a chance to meet any NFL players, you know what I mean? And just being there, be personable, someone they can touch, see, is tangible. Like, man, exactly. I could really do this.
100%. Like, he came from the same neighborhood I came from.
And I'm really like, bro, this is where I played at. Like, I was on this field, blood, sweat, and tears. I went through the same stuff y'all did. Like, you can do, you know what I mean? You can do what you set your mind to, And that's just my big thing, man. I want to motivate. And just, give back to the community, man. So another thing that I did, I do a turkey drive every year. So this year I just actually, my manager, he just met with the guy that we're going to partner with, but he's super tied in down with the Youth in Chicago organization. So he has the demographic of people that we're looking for, you know what I mean? So my manager just met with him and everything, man. But just, get a chance to meet the fans, man, and you give back, man. You touch people, and you never know a word you could say. You shaking somebody's hand, you taking someone's picture, you change the whole trajectory of their life. You know what I mean? Make their day, and that's like my big thing, man. I just always want to, just to see the kids smile, man, because I know exactly what you're going through, man. Like, I know where your mind is. Like, that was me, So, like I said, man, just underprivileged kids, man. That's really like my biggest thing where I try to, make an impact with, man. So,
no, that's dope, man. I think that's one thing I always want to talk about on this show because a lot of stuff is always brought up about the negative things that happen to athletes or just really celebrities or whatever it may be. Period. But as football players, most, if not all, the football players that I've met and I've grown to become friends and teammates with, everybody's doing something in their own communities, helping out as much as possible. So I just always want to try to highlight that as much as possible because just like you said, man, it's a lot of kids, it's a lot of adults too, just back home in our neighborhoods or really just all over the country that may be looking just for some motivation, looking for some inspiration. And, you telling your story, you know what I'm saying? Like, you never know how that can change. Somebody can be watching this, you know what I'm saying, and hear that, and they were just about to quit whatever they was doing or give up on their dreams, and they may just decide to keep going. So it's just very inspiring. So I definitely want to congratulate you on a man. Your life story has been incredible. Your career has been incredible. For people that don't know, like I said, we're locker mates. We live sitting next to each other in meetings.
My dude, it's funny.
Visit meetings, locker room. So nah, man, J.O., man, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. Like
I appreciate you, bro.
Thanks for coming on the show. J.O. has been intercepted, and that's a wrap, man. Thank you guys for tuning in. And be on the lookout for the next episode. Thanks for watching Intercepted. Make sure to stay glued to the recap for new episodes all season here on YouTube.